52 yards.
What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on our YouTube channel, Flock and Ravens. And on today's video, we are going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, all right? I'm going to be all over the place, all right? Let's start off this episode by giving a shout outs to the 49ers for giving us a real fight. Because let's be honest, these players did not go down easy. Although we did dominate, you could really tell they were trying their very best, all right? Unlike the Steelers, the 49ers, they gave it their all right? Because you already know, these Steelers, man, they're down by 3 points, and they're already, like, not blocking. They're not running their routes, all that. These 49ers, they gave it their all, and I appreciate that. Because they gave us a game worth watching. Am I lying? Are y'all entertained or not? So, with that being said, shout outs to the players. Not only for giving it their all, but for keeping it respectful. For giving us the respect that we deserve. Because unlike the media personnel out there, the 49ers have been nothing but respectful to not just the Ravens, but to every team out there. Unless y'all know something I don't know, let me know down in the comments if there is some player out there that was talking crazy, spicy, whatever about the Ravens. Let me know. But as far as I know, they were respectful throughout the whole entire week, all right? So from the beginning of the week all the way to yesterday's game, they kept it respectful. Not only that, but it was a clean game. It was a clean game. We did suffer a couple of injuries, but I didn't see like there were any players like just playing dirty or just unnecessarily aggressive. I didn't see any of that. Let me know if I'm lying, because from what I saw there was a clean game, and I could appreciate that from both sides, right? Not just the 49ers, but also the Ravens. Now, it sucks to see your quarterback go down. I feel for y'all, but I feel like that was a clean hit. I didn't see anything wrong with that play. And to be honest, I didn't even see any 49ers complaining like, yo, the Ravens were playing dirty, whatever. You know who I did hear that was saying, oh, the Ravens played dirty, whatever? Steelers fans, Bengals fans, Browns fans. Bro, y'all not even in the game. Worry about making the playoffs, all right? 49ers fans, each and every one of them said, congratulations to the Ravens. Y'all played great. Good luck for the rest of the season. Yo, how can you not respect their fan base? Shout outs to the 49ers fans. For real. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm not used to seeing that from many teams. A lot of the teams that we face, they're salty going into the game against us, and they're salty after the game. Like a perfect example of this, y'all remember, I did a whole video on that dude, the Lions game. Lions, what's his name? Syndicate, whatever. I did a whole video on this guy. Before the game, he was talking spicy. Then, right before the half, this man was pretty much drinking on his own tears, bro. Just throwing out whatever jab he could at Lamar Jackson, talking about, oh, he's a running back. Like, that's the type of fans we run into throughout, not just this year, every single year. We run to the same exact scenario where these fans are talking out of their ass. You know, our quarterback can't do this. He can't do that. We hear it all the time. Nobody could just give us the credit that Lamar Jackson deserves, and the Ravens.
2022 was a year of love. 2023, I don't feel the love, Ed. I do not feel the love.
Right? Whenever we win, it's always like, oh, y'all got bailed by the refs, or this happened, or that. No one is just going to be like, yo, congratulations, great game, y'all won. Good luck for the rest of the season. The only team I've seen so far that's done that, the 49ers. I have not found a single tweet or on Facebook, Twitter, none of that. I haven't found a single tweet from any Niners fan talking spicy before or after the game. But anyways, let's get to this media personnel.
And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Bro, Lamar put every media personnel out there. I'm talking about Emmanuel Acho. I'm talking about Mike Flores. That's his new name, right? I'm talking about Mike Flores. I'm talking about what's the other ones, bro? Nick Wright. Like all those dudes that picked the 49ers to flat out win this game. Like there were guys talking about this is going to be a blowout. The Ravens are going to get blown out of that field.
Of course. All
right, they weren't saying, oh, the 49ers are going to win by 3 points. No. They were saying a blowout, okay? I'm talking about people were using the word trust. They said they trust Brock Purdy more than they trust Mr. Big Trust.
Let's be honest with the people. Let's be honest.
In what world? How? So you trust 4 interceptions more than what Lamar gave y'all last night? And I'm sure they're going to keep going. Like they double down every time. Like Lamar's going to prove y'all wrong and y'all going to double down every time.
Got on that bullshit, my bad.
And here's what I'm going to tell y'all. Mike Flores, he's a guy that jumps back and forth on the Lamar train, right? 1 week he'll tell you, yo, best quarterback in the NFL. Next week he's going to tell you he's a running back, right? So he's not a solid, he's not consistent with his takes. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say, right? But after what Lamar did last night,
152 yards.
there is not a chance that Mike Flores ever gets back on that Lamar Jackson train ever again. Because Lamar Jackson embarrassed him on national live television, all right? On one of the biggest game of the year where everybody's watching. Walking back into that tunnel, he started laughing, saying, what's his name, Mike Flores? And he doubled down. He doubled down. He got on that podium talking about, yo, if he were to put on those pads, he wouldn't be talking spicy the way he was. He doubled down. Not only that, but he retweeted what Roquan put on his IG. Yo, he went for the kill. Last night, Lamar Jackson went for the kill. And how did they all respond? Let's start with Sherman, right? Richard Sherman. He got on TV today talking about Josh Allen is the bigger, most valuable player to that team than Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens. That's pretty much what he said.
Let's be honest with the people. Let's be honest.
If Lamar Jackson does not play this season, they don't make the playoffs. We're not talking about them possibly clinching the #1 seed next week. We're not. If Josh Allen does not play this season, maybe they get less interceptions. Maybe they turn over the ball less. They could possibly be in the same position they are right now. Because let's not pretend like Josh Allen got his team currently in the best position possible. They don't control their own destiny. That's thanks to who? Josh Allen. He has the weapons. Y'all want to talk about, oh, it's the coaching staff? Stop it. We've seen this many times with Baker Mayfield and the Browns. We've seen this. So many teams. Y'all will put 1,000, a million excuses for these quarterbacks that y'all want to win so bad. Y'all want them to succeed so bad. Look, y'all were making this whole Damar Hamlin thing a big story. Huge. And y'all had the chance to make him the cover of the mat. And who did y'all pick? Y'all picked Josh Allen instead of Damar Hamlin. Bro, I don't want to hear another peep out of Damar Hamlin. I mean, not Damar Hamlin. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear another thing coming out of the NFL Network about Damar Hamlin. I don't want to see y'all like showing him just for views. Y'all use this man. Y'all use Damar Hamlin's story. So that's what Richard said, right? He said stats matter, this and that in the third. You cannot only look at the stats and just go off that. You have to look at the whole entire picture. You have to look at the actual game. Now, I'm not here telling you I watch every single game because I don't. But I know how this goes, right? For example, yesterday, based on stats, I think a lot of people were saying, yo, Brock Purdy had more yards, this, that, in the third. But look at the turnovers. So because of those turnovers, yes, he had more yards. Because then afterwards, he had to do it again and again and again. So y'all need to stop going off just by the stats. I'm tired of people saying that. Yo, what's his name? Colin. He's another one that is also jumping on the train and off, on and off, on and off. But today he made a great point. He said exactly how I feel. Y'all need to stop telling us numbers, the stats, whatever, because we have eyes, bro. We watch the game. You can't tell me nothing about yesterday's game and try to convince me that Christian McCaffrey had a better game than Lamar or that Brock Purdy had a better game than Lamar. Like, stop. You can't. Just give the man his flowers. Apologize. First of all, apologize and give him his flowers. Now, with Mike Flores, right? Yesterday, he got on Twitter and he saw what Lamar Jackson said on that podium. I don't even think he retweeted it. I think it was probably like his people, whatever, right? They retweeted the interview that he did after the game, and they said, you know, he's right. He gave like a BS apology. And this is why it's a BS apology. Because right after that, he started mocking what he did. And he said, oh, the Ravens are going to beat the shit out of the Dolphins next week. Your apology is not sincere. You think it's a joke. You disrespected this team. You did. Because it's one thing to say, yo, I don't think they're going to win. They got it, this and that. You're acting like the 49ers were going up against the Broncos or the Patriots. Like, no, they're going up against the top team in the AFC. And you belittle them as if they're some bum-ass team. And they're not. So they're due for an apology. And on today's show, you did the same thing. You played it off as a joke. You give an apology, but right after, you switched it up really quick to a joke. That's not an apology. You're way too old to know that's not an apology. So anyways, that's what he had to say about all that, right? This game really talked more about the Ravens than it did about the 49ers. Because the 49ers, even though they lost this game, I don't believe they're a bad team. The score wasn't close. But I do not think the 49ers are a bad team. And I hate when some media personnel does this. When a team loses, a team that they've been rooting for the whole time, they have one off game, then they're like, oh, there's questions around. No. They played a great team that matches up their talent. And the better team came with the victory. But does that mean that they're the worst team or that they're frauds? I do not believe so for 1 second. So the 49ers, I still feel, are a great team. And even if the Ravens lost this game, I wouldn't say, oh, the Ravens are a horrible team. We're fraud. We don't have our identity. What's going on with us? I wouldn't even panic because the 49ers going into this game, they were on a hot streak. They're a great team. They have great talent on both sides. Offense and defense, great talent. So had we lost this game, I hope none of y'all would be like, yo, Ravens, I have to question it. Maybe Lamar Jackson isn't, like, I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all cannot take this loss as a sign of we're not a good team. Right? So it was a great matchup. I honestly believe that this was a Super Bowl preview. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. That does scare me a bit because they already got a taste of how we play. But I don't feel like the score is going to be that off if we meet for a second time 1 month later. That does worry me a bit if we do see the 49ers for a second time. Well, second time in the Super Bowl. It would worry me. It would honestly worry me. But something I want to tell you guys. Something about Lamar Jackson's case that I do want to bring up. Honestly, for me, if Lamar Jackson wins the MVP award, I'm okay with it. And if he doesn't, I'm okay with it too. I don't look at that award really like the biggest thing. I think for our team, I'm with Lamar Jackson on this. I think the better award is the Super Bowl. Or if he gets the MVP in the Super Bowl, that's the best award that he can get. For his personal collections or whatever, that's the better award that you want. The Super Bowl MVP award, I think that's the top of the top. All right. So I'm not really tripping about the regular season MVP race, right? But I will say this. Keep in mind, Brock Purdy had all his weapons, and he wasn't able to get the job done. Now he went up against a great defense because we cannot pretend like Lamar Jackson did all of this by himself. Our defense played a hell of a game. Our defense coordinator called a great game. All right? But Lamar Jackson also put up the points with what he had to work with. No J.K. Dobbins. No Keaton Mitchell. No Mark Andrews. Let me say that one more time. Without J.K. Dobbins, Keaton Mitchell, and Mark Andrews, everybody said Lamar Jackson's security blanket is Mark Andrews. We've seen what Patrick Mahomes is without Travis Kelce. We've seen it. It's not good. It's not good. And that was just one game. I believe that was just one game we did not see Travis Kelce. And then he had him back, and, he wasn't the great, but he wasn't as horrible as he was that one game without Travis Kelce. So we're seeing what Lamar Jackson is without Mark Andrews. He could still get the job done. He uses what he has and he makes the most out of it. So if that's not the most valuable player, what is? I mean, are we only going to look at stats? So we're going to give a quarterback an MVP award off just stats. How did he get those stats? It's one thing to throw the ball, but the receiver has to catch it. We're not taking into account all the drops that our receivers had in many games. I'm talking about touchdowns. They dropped touchdowns. They dropped 50-yarders. Yeah, there were some that Lamar overthrew, underthrew, whatever. But there were plenty. Had our receivers made the catch, because it was on the money. Lamar Jackson would be the clear favorite to win the MVP award. I don't want to do the whole coulda, shoulda, woulda, but that's why I say we cannot just go off by the stats. You have to watch the games. You have to watch the games. So in my opinion, this is not me being biased because Lamar Jackson, I believe, should. Right now, we still have to see to the end of the season. We still got 2 more weeks to go. But as of now, I think Lamar Jackson is and is deserving of being at the top of the MVP race. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you guys think, if I'm tripping or if y'all have a better contender. Because y'all saying, a lot of people are saying Tyreek Hill. He's been battling injury. He's been in and out of games. I mean, he's not missing games, I don't think. I think he just missed one last week or so. I don't know. But I've been watching a couple of Dolphins game, and I see something happens to him. He gets off for like 2-3 drives, and he goes back in. But he doesn't really do much. So, I don't know. How is that an MVP candidate? Or he could be a candidate, but how is he? How could you consider him to be possibly at the top of the race when he's not playing the whole entire game? And that's something that Lamar Jackson has done this whole entire season. He's played the whole entire season, every single snap. And that's another thing I want to give a shout out to John Harbaugh, because we are normally used to John Harbaugh taking out Lamar Jackson when we have a big lead. And to a certain extent, I agree with that. But I don't really see too many teams doing that. And that may be like something that we just got to do the same. We got to keep our players in there. My only worry is injuries. And I'm sure that's why Harbaugh does it. Because he's like, yo, we already got the lead. We got this win in the bag. Let's just get our starters out. I was even asking for Kyle Hamilton and what's his name? Zay Flowers. I was asking for them to get out the game because I was like, yo, they've been battling some sort of like ankle, knee, whatever. Get them off the field. We got a good enough lead. Hopefully our defense could keep that lead, because if they can't score any more points, we win the game. But John Harbaugh decided to keep our players on that field. And although Kyle Hamilton did go down, in my eyes, it honestly didn't look that bad of an injury. And I really like the fact that John Harbaugh, after that, kept him off the field. I would have hoped that he kept Zay Flowers off the field as well, because I was really scared about Zay Flowers possibly getting injured. We need him for the long run. So anyways, at the end of the day, I think he made the right call, because the 49ers, near the end, they were kind of getting a little too close for me to feel comfortable. Right? So I think he made the right call, keeping the players on the field, even though we had a 20-plus lead. He made the right call. So shout outs to John Harbaugh for that. It's scary to watch, to be honest, because you guys already know our history with injuries. It's very scary to watch Harbaugh make a decision like that. But it's the right decision at the end of the day. But anyways, that's all I got so far. I'm going to talk more about, what people are saying, all of that. But as for now, that's all I got. Make sure to leave a comment and like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And again, shout outs to each and every 49ers fan out there for being respectful. And good luck on the rest of the season. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And with that, I'm going to see y'all on the next video.